How are you? I'm Phil Stuczynski. My official title is Lecturer of Finance. I'm in the Black School of Business at Penn State, and I hope the information I'm giving you is something that you can take forward and learn from. Absolutely. This was an interesting one. I think, at least it's from my point of view, my career path is probably not the typical one. I graduated from high school in 2005. I graduated from my undergraduate degree in 2009. I immediately followed back and did my MBA in 2010. I was able to do that in 1 year. It was a summer plus a full fall and spring plus another summer. Afterwards, my career started. I took a role with a consulting company, a risk management company, and the good thing was it was great experience. I was jumping right into different manufacturing environments every week. The problem was I took that job right at the tail end of the Great Recession, and within about 6 months, the company I was working for had more or less closed their doors, and I was let go of. Then I took my consulting skills and leadership skills, was able to turn around and spend some time in what people would think is an entirely different career, working for a larger regionally owned hotel chain, where within a short period of time, my skills, my analytical skills, my risk management skills, they allowed me to go from entry-level employee to head of a shift to the individual who actually trained other incoming individuals as well as their junior management type staff. Now, they were more just shift supervisors, but from a risk management point of view, understanding the numbers, the cost decisions, everything like that. So that was pretty cool. I wasn't quite sure what to do next. And so I ended up returning back to Penn State Behrend, where I received my degrees from. And through a combination of taking time working during a day job, we're in the insurance field doing risk management consulting and financial type planning. I was also teaching, and then that after a couple of years opened up into a full-time teaching role, which I am in to this day. So that's been that path. My college process was very interesting. I think I did what a lot of people maybe didn't do. I made a lot of lists, and on the one hand, you have a lot of students or individuals who will kind of say, what is the atmosphere like? What are the football games like? And don't get me wrong, that was part of the process, but really, I realized how much of an analytical decision this was going to be, not just from a cost point of view, because let's face it, any opportunity has costs. I looked at the cost, but I looked at the benefit. I looked at the alumni network. I looked at the individual types of degrees that could be obtained. I looked at the flexibility within the programs. I looked at where the graduates were going. Was it a regional base? Was it all over the world? And look, those were the things that were important to me. And I believe that that's really what drove me in my decision, trying to really understand, because every university is going to have some good things, probably some great things. Otherwise, they wouldn't be around for a long period of time. What you need to do is figure out, in my opinion, you need to figure out what are you looking for, what's important to you, and what is the area or the multiple areas that the decision that you're looking to make, the educational system you're trying to go to, what are they the best at? Where can they propel you? That's what you need to do. Your job. Well, this isn't to sound cliche. I'm not just saying this because I'm aware that many people could be watching this video. Look, the reality is the most interesting thing, the most enjoyable thing about my job is, in reality, it's very flexible. It is very widespread, and I'm not just talking about the faculty lifestyle where it's summertime and you have a few months off. You get a couple weeks off for winter break. You get spring break and fall break. You probably aren't working weekends. That's a really awesome role. And those things are important to me. And I think as you're looking for your potential job or career, you need to figure out what's important to you. But the other side of it is the people that I interact with. Yes, I teach incoming first-year students. Yes, I teach juniors and seniors who are getting ready to graduate. I have taught and supervised independent studies. I have supervised our innovation through collaboration projects where we get a team of students who actually pair up with a real-world small business, and the two will work together. The students actually work on a semester-long project with the business. I have been fortunate enough through Penn State to actually teach the course that teaches other instructors how, what are the best practices to focus online, because I have some skill and ability with online teaching, so I've been able to help there. So really the flexibility of my job, I know what I do, but on any given day it can really change, and the type of people, the type of problems that I'm solving, they're going to be different every single day. And to me, that's very interesting, because as nice as it is to center your craft around one area, I also know my personality. I don't want to get bored, and I would get bored if I was doing the same thing every day. So I recommend you know what is it that you want to do, what could you do for long periods of time, what drives you and makes you competitive. That's the type of career you probably want to pursue. I teach in the Black School of Business. Specifically within business, I teach mostly in the finance department. Most people think of finance, they're going to think of, well, in all reality, most people think of finance and they're either going to think of a banker or they're going to think of the Mr. Moneybags Monopoly guy. The reality is finance is a lot. People have called money the universal lubricant. You think of lubricant like oil that allows everything to move smoothly within a car. Or WD-40, and that's money. If individuals have it, if they can obtain it, if they can invest it, if they can borrow, money is really what makes a lot of the business world as well as the personal world work. If you're going to get a student loan, if your parents have a mortgage, if you're going to get a car loan, if you have a credit card, if you have a bank account, that's the world of finance. And it pairs well with a lot of sub areas like banking, like manufacturing, and other businesses are probably going to have a lot of the accounting side of things paired with it. You're going to have pure investments. You're going to have risk management, insurance. There's a lot of areas of finance, and even within those areas, you'll have more sub areas. And so, I find it a very interesting field because it's certainly about numbers, but it's also about common sense, and it pairs well with a lot of other business skills. Like I've said, finance pairs well with accounting because the accountants actually prepare the numbers that the financial individuals make decisions off of. It pairs well with economics. Finance is a subset of economics. Why do people make the decisions they do? And can we put a dollar amount behind that? But finance is a really interesting field, and in and of itself it's interesting, but it pairs well with so many other skills within the business world. Students, look, everything that I just spoke about with respect to what finance is and what I teach is a large part of what I do on a daily basis. However, that's not everything I do. I'm an advisor, which means that from day one, I actually meet students at a thing called NSO, New Student Orientation. Students will do that, incoming first-year students, before they even hit the university, and I'll help them schedule their original classes and get them started. I am the advisor not just for individuals, but I'm the advisor to a couple of groups. One of them includes the Financial Management Association, and I'm actually the advisor to a few, but being in charge of clubs and organizations is great. It allows younger students to pair up and meet with older students. It allows them to put more things on their resume. It allows them to make contacts within the industry, in the field that they want to go into. It allows them to get the jump on internships. It allows them to show, hey, I have a leadership role and I'm learning more about my field. So that really helps. Other things that I do that directly impact the students. I like to think, though I could be wrong, some of the other things we do I don't know if you can see it right here. I'm wearing our Penn State Behrend Accounting versus Finance Kickball t-shirt. We try to be interactive because we realize, look, you're here wherever college you end up going to. You're there for the education. But it's not just the fact that you're going, staring at text, taking a test, and going home. It's about interacting. It's about growing. It's about learning new things. I was able to head up an independent study for a student where he is a graduating senior, and for one semester he prepared reports and did industry analysis and obtained financing, and he did it for a grade, but at the end of the semester, he actually took that and presented it to a local bank and started a business. So what I do is really help out students. What can I do to help propel them forward? I'm not just standing in front of the classroom telling individuals, you're right, you're wrong, memorize these facts. It's about taking students who come in and on day one, they are high school graduates and don't know what they want to do with their lives. And within a few short years, it is you're going out on your own. Have we equipped you with enough tools and resources so that you are prepared for the best life? And it's not forever, but at least the next step. Because as you saw with my background in history, I've pivoted and have gone a couple of ways. That's common. And our goal is really to get you as prepared as possible for not just that next step, but then where to go from there.